For all you ground-uppers out there, this podcast is for you.
Hey guys, this is the Fan podcast. I'm Ben.
And I'm Topless, and for all you ground-uppers out there, this podcast is for you. Welcome to Season 2. We're going to change things up a little bit from Season 1. This season, we're going to be talking about your best 11 since you started supporting your club. Ben?
And on top of that, if you're a ground-upper, you can always join. So you could do a best 11 of players you've seen whilst ground-upping, or you could change it up and maybe do sort of your worst 11 if you want to. But today, we're going to focus on my best 11. So what we're going to do is we are going to be rating or putting players into the positions what I think is my best 11 for Sheffield United. And what we're going to do from this is we're going to talk about why I've put him in this and why the formation I chose. And we're also going to have a manager as well.
Don't forget the 3 subs.
And like Jake said, the 3 subs. So
we get plenty of debate. So what's your formation going to be, Ben? So since you started supporting Sheffield United, when was that? What year was it?
Oof. My problem is I can't remember my first game, but it's got to be in the early 2000s, if not before. But I love a classic 4-4-2. But just for this, we are going to change it up. And we are going to go for a nice 3-5-2. But we're going to change these to left wing backs. And we're going to have a right wing back.
5-3-2.
And on top of that, I'm going to play with a cam.
Okay.
And 2 strikers.
I wonder who your manager's going to be.
So, recording this at the time, unfortunately, he's decided to part ways with the club. But the manager, no doubt, probably one of the best, if not the best, Sheffield United manager, Chris Wilder. There's no doubt it's going to be Chris Wilder.
Okay.
And
we can always start with your gaffer in the future.
Yeah. What we're going to do now is I'm going to talk you through my team one by one, and I'm going to give you a bit of information why I believe they fit my best 11. Now,
so let's start with the goalkeeper. Or was there something you wanted to say before on?
No, that's fair, mate. Goalkeeper. Yeah. I've gone for a sort of recent one here, and even though he was on loan for 2 seasons, I have gone for Dean Henderson. Now, the reason for that is he was crucial in getting my team to the highest finishing position since I've been live, which was 9th in the Premier League last season. It was crucial to getting us promoted to the Premier League. He got 12 clean sheets last season, and it was humming and hawing about the other ones, but it was a toss-up between Dean Henderson and Paddy Kenny. But I swayed more towards Dean Henderson.
Why not Paddy Kenny? Why did you sway towards him? Because Dean Henderson, two seasons, Paddy Kenny was there for quite a while.
I feel like what Dean Henderson did in the Premier League probably puts him up there. Paddy Kenny, maybe it's the age of where Dean Henderson was playing for us compared to Paddy Kenny, but I think he deserves the number 1 shirt. We've not had that many good keepers since Paddy Kenny, and we might not have a good keeper again since Dean Henderson for a while either.
Fair enough. Fair point. Right. Centre backs. 3 of them. Let's start with the first one.
Now, the first one, I'm going to go with the left centre back. Now, I wouldn't have minded him playing centre back either. But for left centre back, I'm going to go for Harry Maguire. Now, in terms of Harry Maguire, he wins every header in the air.
Yeah.
He's good at both He's good at corners, both attacking and defending, so he can get you goals. He's happy to carry the ball out, and he's happy to spread the ball either side, which can help create attacking play. And I believe he's strong in defence, and he won't shy away from a tackle. So that's the main run. And the money what Manchester United end up paying for him from Leicester just shows the quality, what he can bring to a side. And I believe he was voted Leicester's Player of the Season.
Yeah.
Now,
fantastic for Leicester.
It was great for Leicester. This one, I'm going to start with the right centre back. I'm going to go for Chris Basham. Now, again, with Chris Basham, he's everything you want in a player. He gives 110% commitment, and he wears his heart on his sleeve for the club. And he might not be the best in some aspects, but the commitment brings that out of him. But in terms of being in the right centre back, he's again a bit like Maguire. He's happy to carry the ball out and create play. So as much as he's good defensively, he's also great attacking minded. And he's had stints in his career with United where he's played midfield, if not attacking midfield at times.
Big game player, I must say, as well. We'll remember the goal against Leeds, don't we?
Yes, crucial.
Were you there that day?
I was there, and great scene.
Just before we move on to the next centre back, can you sum up what you were thinking, how you felt at the time, and on a scale of 1 to going absolutely crazy, how were you?
Well, to start off with, in terms of before the goal, Chris Basham had in the first half, he was playing midfield, and he had this sort of opportunity in the first half where he took it around the keeper, but then nothing come of it. So he didn't really have the best first half. And like Wilder said, it was close to getting subbed off before he scored, and it's just the way he scored. It changed the way the season went for us. The momentum changing into our favour, and being in that away end once that goal goes in, it was that good. I probably ended up 3-4 rows in front of where I was stood at the time. But it's memories what'll last forever.
It is, mate. And your final centre half. This will be interesting.
The final centre half is also going to be my captain. And he was also a captain at Sheffield United for a long time, Chris Morgan. Now, Chris Morgan, he is solid as a rock. And not only is he a great servant to the club, but he, like we said, he was a great captain. He is a no-nonsense defender. He will put his body on the line, do anything he can to stop the ball going in the net. And is also a great asset to our set pieces going forward, a bit like Maguire. He likes to attack an header, even though he didn't score that many, but he got on the end of quite a lot. In terms of right wing back, I've gone for an old classic. Now, some fans maybe remember his time across the pond. But he's also now our under-18s manager, and that is Derek Geary. As a right back, I thought he was phenomenal in what he did for the team, and I don't think we have had other right backs coming through. We've had Kyle Walker, which again Premier League winner, but in terms of Kyle Walker, when we sold him, he wasn't the player he was now. At the time, when we sold him, we had Walker and Kyle Naughton. I thought Kyle Naughton was a better player out of the two. But now, Kyle Walker's a better player. But Derek Geary, he's going into my best 11. I think defensively, he'll be great. And I think he'll be able to bring something going forward as well. To
finish off your defence.
Yeah, to finish off the defence, it's got to be Ender Stevens. Now, there was some other left backs I were considering, sort of like Bromby, but going forward and attacking wise, Ender Stevens. Again, he was crucial for us to get in promotion to the Premier League, and it was crucial for us to get into the 9th place finish we did. And that's why he's going to go into my left wing back position. And overall, I think we've got a great defender and a solid back three, back five. So I'm happy with that. Now, what position would you like me to go through next, Jake?
I think you've got to go with one of two centre midfielders now. This will be a very interesting one. I'm going to do the questions that are the players you left out after you finish the 11th. I think it saves me interrupting you quite a bit. So I have got a few players in mind for the defence, just to warn you. But let's go to midfield, centre midfield.
So first midfielder is Nick Montgomery. Now, he was a great servant to the club as well, and he was sort of the assistant captain to Morgan. And Montgomery, technical wise, it wasn't the best, but again, a bit like Chris Basham, he will give 110% for the red and white stripes. He'll leave nothing left on that playing field. Whatever happens, he'll give it all. And I've put him sort of a defensive minded, because he's not only is he defensive minded, he's the one what will stop that ball getting into our final third, and is not afraid to shy away from a big tackle. Now, the other centre mid, I've gone a bit different here, is Michael Brown. Or as people go, Michael Brown, my lord, Michael Brown. Now, Michael Brown, on the ball, incredible. He can string a pass together. He's happy to bring the ball forward. And he knows how to score a peach of a goal. He scored some great goals in his career. And some of them being against Wednesday and Leeds. Yeah, and Leeds.
One of them, what a hit.
So he's getting into the midfield. Now, finishing off the midfield, attacking midfielders. I didn't know where to go for this because I didn't know to have a flat three. But there's going to be no surprise. Mark Duffy, the bounce killer himself. Now, for Mark Duffy, he's the sort of player Sheffield United's missing now. He can create chances and he can put balls into positions what we don't have right now. But not only that goal he scored against Wednesday. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I spoke about that already on my podcast. But that goal against Wednesday, simple as that. That's all I'm going to say. Now, in terms of strikers, the first one is going to be Billy Sharp. I don't think there's any shock in that one. Now, again, Billy Sharp, it took him until his third sort of spell at the club to announce himself, but now he's always going to be a legend at the lane. He scored over 100 Sheffield United league goals, and whilst being at Sheffield United, he's also become the highest scoring Englishman since the turn of the century. He overtook Rooney for that, and not only that, with the 100 plus goals he scored some peaches again. One of my favourites was against Leeds, which he hit on the volley, And Shrewsbury is another one where he's facing away from goal. He turns, hits it from 30 yards, finds the back of the net. So he's going to be up there as captain. I'm going to put him as assistant captain behind Chris Morgan, but I'd be happy to have Sharp as captain at any time. Now, finishing it off, I've gone for an old classic, Brian Deane. If you don't know already, Brian Deane, the first ever goal scorer in the Premier League against Manchester United. But not only did he score the first Premier League goal, he knew where the back of the net as well is. Now, there was another striker I was close to putting in, which was Agana. And a lot of Sheffield United fans will know the Deane and Agana partnership was crucial. And when they've both got sold, a lot of Sheffield United fans weren't happy. So that is my Sheffield United best 11.
Okay. We know the manager. What about the three subs then?
So, subs. I am going to go for the striker as the first sub, and that's going to be Tony Agana. Again, how I said, he's one of them where I could place Agana with Sharp, and we could have Deane and Agana up top, and that's just creating goals. That's just scoring goals for fun right there, those two players. The second one I'm going to go for is Jack O'Connell, because he'd be able to replace Harry Maguire. He knows the system of the overlapping centre-backs. Just like this season, we've missed him. We're through to injury, but he's been crucial from the promotion. He's been crucial in, again, getting us to where we are now. So he's definitely going to be one where I'd happily replace. And the third one is going to be a midfielder, and it's going to be John Fleck. One of the best midfielders we've got on a free. And he's done it all for us. He was there in League One, 100-point season. He was there for the promotion to Premier League, and he's still here now. And he's just got better and better as he's won the shirt. This season, been affected through injuries, so not the best performances. As Wilder said at one time, it was his brother playing Jimmy. But in terms of going forward, and it's sort of like the Rockweiler. It is the ankle biter in the team. Knows that he can do the dirty work, and he also can attack. He's got an attacking minded. So that's my three subs.
Interesting. A very good team you've got there. There was a few big names left out of that team fully, and I'm sure a lot of Sheffield United fans who are watching this, if they are, would be questioning Phil Jagielka's absence.
Yeah, well, he is one of those where he is a legend at the club, but I feel like Chris Morgan's, it was a very good save, and what Basham does and what Maguire did was great. And some fans sort of disagree with Jagielka because of how he left. Sort of, he gave the penalty away, handball, when Wigan scored to relegate us in 2006-07 season. But a lot of fans love him. I personally love him, but I do think we've got a strong back three.
Yeah, definitely is a strong back three. But yeah, there's got to be one left out, I guess, haven't they?
Yeah.
Left wing back, you probably won't like me for saying this, but David Unsworth.
Again,
I know he relegated you, but
again, great player, but he got relegated us. And Enda Stevens has been there. He was the one what got us that ninth place finish. He was the team. He was in that team. The left wing back position was his position. So just for the fact that he got us that high in a season what none of us expected. How we're playing now is how a lot a lot of fans perceived to go and happen in the first season. So that's why he's in there for me.
Yeah. Another one in midfield, Michael Tong.
Yep, he was one I was considering.
Yeah.
But again, he knows how to score. He knows how to find the back of the net with some peaches and some goals. Just like Jagielka, by the way. Some of the goals he scored, the one against Middlesbrough, phenomenal. But I feel like you can either have one or the other, Michael Brown, Michael Tong. I feel like there's two sort of players. I sort of feel like it's a Gerrard Lampard situation with England. The two great players, but when they're together, they might not work. Now, they did work at the time, but for this instance, Montgomery, the defensive-minded midfielder, Duffy, the attacking-minded midfielder, Marco Brown, the one that will do both. And he can hit a ball from anywhere, especially at free kicks.
No, absolutely. What right wing back? Now, I don't know much about Derek Geary. But one that I have seen the last few years, or two, in fact, at right wing back. It's not Kyle Walker, because obviously we need to see the best of him at Sheffield United. But there are two that I would mention, and that's start with Kieran Freeman. They're at League One Championship. But the other person I'm going to mention is the one who kept him out of the team that's currently there now, and that's George Baldock.
Well, this is the thing I considered a lot Kieran Freeman. And that's because the goals he contributed in the League One season. Again, he won us some of those games, and we got the promotion because of some of his goals. Mm-hmm. So he was the consideration. And George Baldock, again, he keeps him out of the team, but I just didn't want to make my best 11 all about the current players. I wanted to mix it up and match it up a bit. I mean, Henderson's, he was current player. Stevens still plays. Basham still plays. Sharp still plays. Duffy, a few seasons, a bit like Henderson. So I wanted to mix it up and match it a bit. And I feel like Derek Geary would fit this side well. I feel like he'd be able to replace the Kieran Freemans, the George Baldock, even the Jayden Bogles.
Fair point. Strikers, I think, I have to agree with that, definitely. A lot of fans sing their names still to this day. But my last question, and I'm sure you probably thought this was coming. It's manager. Now, I know you're going to pick one of the two. It was Wilder. But what do you think of Neil Warnock?
I absolutely love him. Now, he's a bit like Marmite now. You either love him or you hate him. Again, the reasons he left the club. But my issue is with Warnock is I feel like he's a championship manager, and he's a really good championship manager. Mm-hmm. He's got multiple teams promoted into the Premier League. Palace, QPR, us. He had a short stint at Rotherham where they were struggling, and he got some results, and Rotherham ended up surviving that season. And he's doing a decent job at Middlesbrough. Not the best, not the worst. But when it was managing the Premier League, he either got relegated or close. So I feel like just for that, what Wilder's done, yes, he could class him as us getting relegated this season, but we've had a fantastic season under him the season before, so that's why I picked Wilder. And I feel like a lot of people say that Chris Wilder's probably the best manager we've had. Maybe some still say Bassett, but it's a toss-up between them two.
All right, fair point. I think that was great. A good team there. Good choice of manager, good choice of subs. A few questions, but overall, I think it's a good side, mate. So well done.
Thank you. So, have you seen my best 11 guys? This is something we're going to bring into season 2. So if anyone wants to come into the season 2 and show their best 11, it can be any team. It could be on the national stage as well. So with the Euros coming up, maybe if you wanted to do your best 11 or the 11 you choose for the England Euros, feel free to come on, guys.
And we'd also be open to hearing your worst 11s if you be prepared to answer that question. But yeah.
We're now going to leave it there, guys. So thank you for watching, and be sure to check out the Fan of Fan podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and Twitter. Thank you.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.